From Mustang Stadium in Owings Mills, Maryland, I'm Dave McHugh, and this is my D3 report, where the Lycoming Warriors defeated the Stevenson Mustangs today 36-20 to keep their postseason hopes alive for Stevenson. They end their season here at home. And it was a game that was kind of quirky to start with, as both teams had special team problems in the first quarter. Stevenson, on its very first possession, looking to punt. Charlie Cornell would have the punt go through his hands, recover, and down at the 1. So Lycoming, on its second possession of the game, would only go 2 plays in 1 yard to score the first touchdown, go up 6-0. However, the extra point would bounce off the upright and would stay at 6-0. Lycoming would then have their next possession go 10 plays, 60 yards. In 5:17, they would score another need-hammer touchdown. This time the extra point would be good, and they had a 13-0 lead. Stevenson would respond. A huge 63-yard pass from Zach Jefferson to Neil Harps completed a 4-play, 77-yard drive. That would make the score 13-6, but now Stevenson would have more special team problems, as Charlie Cornell's kick would be blocked and returned by Lycoming for the 2-point conversion, giving Lycoming a 15-6 lead. Stevenson would respond. They would get another touchdown, this time Zach Jefferson to Cortez Taylor, but it would only cut it to 15-13. Lycoming would then get another touchdown themselves and go 22-13. Stevenson would reply, scoring a touchdown late in the first half, cut the lead to 22-20. That 2-point conversion now and the missed extra point pivotal there, because it would have had Stevenson and Lycoming tied at the half at 21 each if Lycoming had hit their kick and Stevenson had hit theirs. Tight game, both teams playing well in the first half. Second half, Lycoming would put their foot down on the game. First drive, 13 play, 68 yards, take up 6 minutes and 54 seconds before Tyler Jenny would run in from 4 yards out to make it 29-20. That would be the theme for Lycoming, using up clock, as they would score later in the third quarter on a 8-play, 52-yard drive, eating up 3:51. That would put them up 36-20. Stevenson had no opportunities after that. More costly turnovers, including interceptions, for the Stevenson Mustang offense. And Lycoming would go on to what looks like an easy win, 36-20. But trust me, it was a battle for both teams, as both defenses certainly tried to stop the other one successfully. But for Stevenson, they had trouble with Craig Nienhammer. He would get the ball a ton in this game, especially in the second half. He would finish with 41 carries for a total of 162 yards, averaging 4 yards a carry. He would also have a touchdown. Again, Jenny would have the other running touchdown for Lycoming. Passing, Jenny 17 for 23 for 207 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, and he was intercepted once and sacked once. Receiving for Lycoming, 7 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown for Matt Atkinson, and another touchdown for Nick Mangiello. For Stevenson, they would be led on the ground by Marcus Halley, 8 carries for 29 yards. Zach Jefferson would have 7 carries for 29 yards, the quarterback that is. Passing, Zach Jefferson 15 for 26 for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns. However, he would be intercepted in this game 4 times, including 2 costly ones in the second half, as they would look for deep balls to get back in the game, and he would throw into double and triple coverage for the easy interceptions. Receiving for Stevenson, Neil Harps, who not really mentioned much of this season, 5 catches for 138 yards, that 63-yard touchdown, the biggest for him. Jeremy Miller also had 4 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown, and Cortez Taylor had a touchdown as well. So again, Lycoming defeats Stevenson 36-20, gets a tie with Albright atop the conference, except Lycoming needed help from Widener. They needed Widener to defeat Delaware Valley. That would cause a 3-way tie atop the MAC, and in that 3-way tie, Lycoming would get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. However, Widener did not fulfill its obligations, losing to Delaware Valley 50-28, giving Lebanon Valley and Albright the tie atop, Lebanon Valley and Lycoming the tie atop, and Lebanon Valley's win over Lycoming back on October 12th ends up being the deciding factor, as Lebanon Valley co-champions in the MAC and on to the NCAA tournament. Well, Lycoming will now look at maybe an at-large bid, but most likely an ECAC bowl bid instead. I'm Dave McHugh for D3football.com. This has been my D3 report, as once again Lycoming over Stevenson 36-20. I hope to see this on D3football.com.